Welcome back. And we've got 14 little pieces here, little vent covers that have to go on what looks like hatch covers here, or hatches. I guess it'd be intakes. There's 14 of them. I thought I had done this already on the front as well, or the bow as well, but obviously I didn't. But I was noticing when I was checking these precision tweezers, they're just not as precise as I think they could be. And the reason I was thinking that is because when I was picking these up, some of them I was having difficulty picking up. And I think that if I, put them together like this and just sort of make them a little bit more even, they might work a little bit better. So I'm going to do that right now. And then we'll get these up on top of the deck. Oh, one more thing. Once we do that, we're pretty much done with step 16. All of these covers go with the same orientation. So I think I'll just put them beside the hatches, and then when oh no, there's one fell over already. Okay, and 14. Well, here's my thinking on how to go about this. Okay, I grab them from the sides like this. And I put them on like that. Okay, now, because I don't want the glue to accidentally, glue them to my tweezers, how would it be if I put a little dab of glue here and a little dab of glue here, so that when I pick it up, oh, come on. So when I pick it up, and when I drop it down, where the glue is, it's nowhere near the tweezers. And then try and position them just right. Of course, I'm going to have to be careful that I don't, when I'm positioning them, that I don't get the glue on the tweezers and have the thing stick on, because these things are incredibly small. Remember this thing? Whoops. Anyway, you get the idea. Okay, I think what we're going to do here is we're just going to do one. And then you can just assume that the other 13 went the same way. Okay. I want that on the ends here, not on the sides. That's pretty good. That went so well, let's do another one. Whoops. Well, easy does it now, Ron. Easy does it. If they're off to one side or the other, that won't be too serious. What will be serious is if they're not straight. that will be obvious. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. It probably should look pretty good to you. You're on the other side of it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead now and do the other 12 just the same way. Okay, this is the last one. Let's see if I got any better with practice here. Didn't get very much on that one. Let's give it a little bit more here. No, don't poke at it. Okay, we've done everything on 16 except for the little flag post or flagstaff. Or on a ship it's probably called something else. However, I don't think I'm going to be putting it on, and the reason being is that, as I've mentioned before, I'll just likely end up breaking it off. So I'll leave that one and also the one that goes on the bow until, as I say, one of the last things I actually put on. There's going to be a lot of things I'll be doing last. Now here's something that I didn't notice until I was doing the editing, and that is that this one here, well, it's got one of the little rungs here is bent. And what is too bad about it is that I did have an extra cover. Now I don't know if it's a case that by trying to fix this I'm going to make it worse, because you know, even with my extra strong glasses on, I can't really see that. So yeah, there was 16 of those covers and I only needed 14. I don't know if I should try and pick that off. Yet on the other hand, the one that I just dropped down on the deck there, it looks more flawed than the one that's stuck on, because looks like a little bit of the paint got scratched off it there. At least from the way I see it, it looks that way. You know what, I think I'm just going to leave well enough alone. Well, we have done everything we can on 16. Okay. It looks like 17, 18, 19, and 20 is going to be a bunch of assembling small parts. Well, we may as well start with 17. 37 millimeter anti-aircraft guns. And they want 8 of them. So we've got to make 8 of these. And also in 17 is observation set 1, observation set 2. So I mean, we have to make 2 of those and 2 of those. What's going to keep us going? So I got to find all these parts. Now, there's a lot of photo etch stuff. I'm going to have to keep my wits about me here. Once again, these are going to be very small little pieces that we're going to be, putting together. Now, one thing that's going to make it easy is that a lot of these parts here are all on the same sprue. R10, R7, R19, R8, R21, 17, 18. Yeah, they're all on sprue R. So at least you're not hunting back and forth getting little pieces. Yeah, and then when we get to step 18 here, it's same idea again. K, 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 K. Yeah, so that makes it a little easier. There's some more Ks. Now, the last time that we did anything like this, where we assembled a whole bunch of little parts, was way back here in steps 4, 5, 6, and 7. But then we started using them up. And we just finished the last step now, 16, where we were using up parts. However, I have some left over. Now some I did realize were extras, like I did notice that I had an extra one of these. But the capsins, it asked me to make a certain number of them. Where do they go? Unless they're going to be used later on one of the more upper decks. A couple of more little guns here. Well, I know about these. I know about the anchor chain. Yeah, it's extra. The depth charges I know about. I think I knew it was a case of, I think they did ask to make 16 of these, but there was 18 on the sprues, so I just made them in case I screwed up. This one here, I believe it was an extra because I couldn't find, another place for it to go. Now it also might end up on one of the upper decks, I don't know. Anyway, we got these extra parts here. I'm not worried. I'm just sort of wondering how come they asked us to make them and we didn't use them up. Yeah. Anyway, let's dig out our sprues and start nipping off pieces. Okay, as near as I can tell here, there are 4 R sprues. And probably a good thing, because if we have to make 8 little pieces, well, yeah. Now, I am thinking here that these little sprues would be a lot easier to handle if I don't have these things sticking out the end. Now, this is R3 and this one here is R22. I don't know when I'm going to need them. It might not be for a long time, but I'm thinking, why not get rid of these? It'll be a lot, like I say, it'll be a lot easier to handle. So I'm just going to snip them off here. Okay, so these are the R3s. And they look the same, like unless they might be a mirror image of each other, that sort of thing. Now, because I don't know when I'm going to need them, it might not be for who knows. It might be tomorrow, or it might be in 3 or 4 months. So I'm just going to cover them up here to keep the dust off them. Sounds like a plan to me. Hey, what's this? A little piece of photo etch here. That's one of those little hatch covers that we were working on the day before yesterday. There was an extra one. I gotta be more careful with this stuff. Now I was going to go ahead and snip off all of these R pieces and just throw them in one tin, but I think I better just throw maybe half of them into a tin, and some of these pieces like R16 and R18, well, I'll zoom in so I can show you they're sort of mirror image of each other, but they look an awful lot alike, so maybe I better have them, like the 16s in one tin and 18s in another. Yeah, so here you can see is 16, and here is 18. And they're mirror images of each other, but they look a lot alike. Now here's a situation where we have pieces like the R19. It's they do go on mirror image to each other, but they're identical. So we need 16 of these. not 8. This shouldn't be a problem. Now I think the most logical way to do this is start with the lowest number. Get all the 7s and all the 8s and so on. And this one here is 7. So it looks like there's 2 7s on each sprue. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to snip them off and then clean up the flashing later. Now 8, it looks like it's part of the base that you stand on. I guess you wouldn't call it the base. Part of the deck. Okay, 6 more. Okay, R9. It looks like they're ganged together here. There's one, there's the other. I'm noticing the 10 is right beside it. I think probably I'll just grab everything all at once here. Okay, there's 2. I want to make sure that I'm not cutting off something that I'm actually going to need here. Okay, I saw where that went. Don't worry, it's over by my coffee cup. No, that's the way I should have done it. Here we are. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Time to open another tin of tuna. You are probably sick of hearing me say this, but once again the time has gotten away from me. And as I'm sitting here editing this out, it's already 2:25 and I haven't even begun to upload. So I'm going to have to cut this short here. And thanks for watching, and all being well, we'll see you again tomorrow.